Hi, welcome back to the Elite4 podcast. I'm Migs, and with me today is our new member, Yole.
Hey.
And Aubrey.
What's up?
Yeah, this is Yole's first time on the podcast.
Indeed it is.
You nervous about being on the podcast?
A little bit.
Yeah?
It's like when I can talk regular, but not now, obviously, because my sentences are all jacked up. You put the spotlight on me, now I'm nervous.
I'm like, I've done this before, and I'm still nervous every time. Well, like, can we get this, once we start going, and I'm not drinking anything today. I'm usually, have a drink in hand or something, but not today.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how the conversation goes.
Do you
I had
want
a long night.
do you want a drink? I mean, I have drinks.
I'm still thinking about it.
Okay.
So
Ooh, don't twist my arm.
Let me finish this water first.
Yeah, drink responsibly, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. To talk about what y'all talking about, the first time I did the podcast, I was super nervous. And I was probably nervous all the way to like episode 4. Because I had to edit out my heavy breathing of being nervous.
I just moved away as you say that. I'm all...
I'm like, maybe I'm breathing on it. Let's find a distance
I am
here.
breathing kind of hard right now.
No, we had our mics in different positions back then. So it was like, just just
Make sure
talking
you're
on
close,
it.
but not too close.
And I was like, oh, people don't want to hear me
He was
breathe.
too close. He was still too close.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how I knew I was like nervous. I was like, like just being on camera, like
You could
none
tell
of us
by the change of your breathing.
for real, it's embarrassing just like editing my own breathing out, it was awful.
That's a lot of editing.
Dude, it was. Like I just had to go in like tediously, like whenever I wasn't talking, I would just like be cutting out my audio because all you heard was like mouth breather over there, But luckily that hasn't happened since that first episode. Like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, last week we had our Halloween episode. I don't know if you saw us all in costume. Mm-hmm. If you didn't see us on the podcast, then you might have saw us in person because I also was at the bar as Fat Thor, and that costume was a real bitch to really like bartend in.
I can imagine. It looked like a lot of layers, a lot of hair,
A lot going on there.
A lot of hair.
Dude, it was. And like, I apologized a lot to the other two bartenders I was working alongside with because like that hair was like always in my face, so I had no peripheral. So I would like turn and like all of a sudden there's like someone right there like, oh fuck, like where'd you come from? Like and then it was just like of course warm because
I was gonna say, dude, it seemed like it probably was pretty hot.
Yeah, and then I had the waitress bitching like, it's fucking cold in here.
No,
I was all like,
that's the one good thing about. That's why I was like, Dodge is gonna be nice and cold. I know that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it was, and luckily it wasn't warm because I think in the summertime our AC broke down, and that was real shitty.
And it's like freshly painted, like y'all have to have air flowing through there.
Yeah, we did some remodeling.
yeah. I was like, the remodel just got everybody high as a kite in there.
Yeah, I didn't realize we remodeled till like
because you were high.
Yeah, maybe I was.
Even though we remodeled, we did.
Maybe it was because like we did the floors recently, so I never look at the goddamn floors,
It's missing. The
No,
floor
it's still
is
there.
missing.
It's missing. It's still there. Just different color and different texture.
Wasn't there carpet? Yeah,
But it was
carpet,
like
right?
it was like shitty ass.
Every restaurant I think in Victoria has ripped out the carpet that was in it at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I remember Greek Brothers. I remember.
Yeah, you can't
a couple
do.
places that it was just not. It's nasty. You cannot keep carpet, especially at a bar. That's just nasty.
Yeah, you can't do carpet at a restaurant because then food gets in there and it just stays in there. Like, you can't vacuum that shit
all
out.
they have us doing is vacuuming and sweeping.
Yeah.
There's not much more
And
going on.
most restaurants have those like shitty ass like non-electric little sweepers, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
You just roll it.
Yeah,
The
just rolling
ones?
little
No.
bristles trying to catch it up. Like, yeah, I ain't cutting shit, dude.
Dang, man, I worked at Cheddars. That was the thing.
Oh, you
We
worked
were
at
all
Cheddars?
Trying to roll around with these.
How long ago has it been since that place is gone? Like I only have like the vaguest memory of that
We
place.
never had a Cheddars
no.
here in Victoria.
Oh, I
Just
thought
at
there was one
Applebee's.
here. I was like,
We had an
wow,
Applebee's.
I barely
if we had
remember
a
this.
Cheddars, I'd still be working there.
Yeah, Cheddars is good. I
Food
like
is
their
bomb,
food.
and it's cheap. It's cheap.
What kind of food is it? I don't think I've ever been there. I was like, I just remembered it.
Every type of food, like every food you can think of.
Yeah. Would I be wrong to say it's a better version of Cracker Barrel?
No, it is a better version.
I think so too, right?
Yeah.
Like that. I think that's a bold statement to make, but
Cracker Barrel just has like a couple of other things that are like super home style, and then the little store inside there. People like the nostalgia of all the old stuff in there. I don't know. That's what I was like. I think Cracker Barrel is more of a name brand thing. Cheddars is like cheap, good food.
yeah, it's definitely affordable, but like, yeah, it's like very home style-ish
Dude,
cooking.
but like everything, you can get like Louisiana pastas. You can get like literally ribs. You can get anything there.
It's almost an affordable like
bomb, dude.
Cheesecake Factory almost.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, yeah, Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'm like, Cheesecake Factory is too much.
Dude, it's so good,
it's not
though. I think
I don't
it's
know.
so
I got
good,
a pasta
man.
last time, and it wasn't that great. Like, how do you mess up Alfredo?
I don't know.
Like, it had no flavor.
I don't
bad.
understand how they could have a restaurant with that many items in their menu. Like, the overhead in their kitchen has to be crazy.
I thought that when I went there. I went to one in Cincinnati, and it had I'd never been to one before.
There's
And
1,000 people in there.
And so I'm like, I looked at their menu, and like they handed it to me, and I was like, Paige, I was like, okay, here's like Mexican food, and then there's like seafood, and then there's like Italian food and pastas, and it just kept going, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
When you get to page
look.
6,
I was like, oh,
you'll be in
wow.
the drinks.
It's like 5 different like restaurants in one. Like, it's like a whole page of Indian food, whole page of
Yeah.
Asian food, and you're just all like, how many chefs do you have in there that are just like ready to go for all these like
No, at
entrees?
some point you have to have
Dude.
like prepackaged
One for
stuff.
each station. You see those like Top Chef shows they got?
Do you think
One
Cheesecake-
That's who they have back then.
Okay, look, I watched the kid ones, and that's funny. It's so funny watching these little kids making filet mignon and shit. They're literally like 10-year-old kids, and they're like, make it for 30 guests in the dining room and cook it to perfection. He has a little kid running around trying to bake and cook these steaks. Like, I can't imagine in a big kitchen like that, like what one person is in charge of. Like, there's usually one person on the grill. Like, of course, places like that, it's gonna have like multiple, but everybody's got their own job there. But shit, how many people do they have working in the kitchen?
Aubrey, I think it's a fucking nightmare. I would hate to
I
work
would never
there.
work in a kitchen.
Could you be like, all right, Miguel, you're on the Asian station today, and be like, fuck, I don't know shit about
I've never
this.
made this before.
Talk about cross training is important.
Right.
Like, if the
Yeah,
guy
right.
that does that main stuff is sick, you're like, well,
There's probably just a piece of paper with a list of things on it. And ingredients
This is how
and
you
what,
do all
yeah.
this.
There would have to be, man. Everyone would have a thick ass book of like just
Dude.
directions.
Well, imagine having a test over that menu.
oh my God, no.
Dude, I'm sure they have to, right? I'm sure they have to have a little test and stuff over there. Even the servers, like, they
Oh,
have to
of
know
course.
everything.
Server was like, I was like, man, I don't know what to get. And it's like, well, what about, if you
Right.
want this,
They're
like, if you
like,
want something like Chinese or
read.
Asian, we have this. And I was like, oh, how do you know these things?
Right? My
There's
job,
no
fish
way.
or shrimp.
I'd be
Yeah.
like with my hand.
Fish or shrimp.
You want fish and shrimp? Okay.
I'd have to Mulan that and write
Three
it all
options for
down
your
my
sides,
arm.
and that's it. We're done.
Yeah, Baytown's good though, man. I like Baytown seafood.
It
Me
is.
too.
The
I
food
dig
is
it.
great.
It is.
Food is really good.
I just went there this past weekend for lunch and it was delish.
Dude, what'd you get?
I got fried oysters and fish.
Okay. Okay.
And my son got the clam chowder. So random.
I did clam chowder. I'm so
It's
down
good.
for clam chowder.
It's-
It's
I'm
good.
not-
I haven't had it there, but I'll have to try it.
What did he get? I thought you were saying like chicken strips, maybe chicken fried steak. Like, I don't know if he likes fish, but I imagine something with like chicken, something
No.
just chicken or.
No.
I went to
don't
a
know.
seafood place for the chicken.
Yeah, I mean, we do have good. I mean, our chicken tenders are pretty good too, but our seafood is definitely the best.
Yeah, definitely bomb seafood. But I don't know why my son got clam chowder. He was just, I don't know if he thought it was just cool or.
I've sold like 4 of those this month. Like,
Yeah?
that's it. Like,
Well, I guess it's like the season for it pretty soon,
oh
right?
yeah, it's cold. People
getting
are
Yeah,
cold.
it's like you want
soup.
something soupy,
We've
but
got
also
gumbo.
like good.
We've got etouffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's we've got the soup.
Oh, I love a good gumbo, man. I love a
Dude,
good gumbo.
ours is pretty good. Like,
PJ Seafood. hands down had the best gumbo I've had in town, dude.
R.I.P.
Oh,
yeah, there's better.
yeah.
Like ours is better.
I'll have to go check it out, man. I'm gonna put all these things on my to-do list.
Just kidding.
So Halloween was this past weekend. I actually had to work all weekend at the bar, and Aubrey, I saw you around. Like, you know, you came out in a costume.
Yes.
Where were you for Halloween?
Me and Martin were Raven and Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I thought your costumes were
legit.
fucking top notch.
Dude, it was pretty tight. Literally, the corset. I'm like, everything. It was pretty tight. I'm like, my ribs still feel kind of like weird right now. Like, I can't breathe right.
Popping them in place
gotta
again.
sit a certain way. Yeah, I'm like, people do that.
Yikes.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun putting it on. I wanted to wear it all week, but obviously that's not normal. Like, couldn't do
people wear
that.
corsets all the time, dude.
No, I wanted to wear the whole costume. I wanted to be Raven. Like, I think I've always wanted to just be Raven at some point.
Yeah,
but
you pulled it off great.
it was fun. I had a good time. We almost won first place at Aerocrafters. It was a good prize.
In a Halloween contest?
Yes, we did enter in a
Oh,
contest,
nice.
and we got almost there. It was fun though.
You said you got
We got a
second
lot
place?
further- yeah, we got a lot further than we thought. There were a lot of contestants. There were probably at least like 20 people out there. Like, it was a good turnout, and we did not think we were gonna get that far. Like, we definitely did not think it was even gonna. We were like, it's gonna go by who people know. Like, and you know, we don't go to Aerocrafters too much, but so we didn't really think we would know too many people there. But we had a good response from the crowd, and it worked out. We won some hair products. Got me a blow dryer, some things.
That's a what you
It was
win.
great.
Is it hair
It was great.
product?
It was just funny because, like, the guy that I was my other half of my costume, he's a hairstylist, so he was like, I don't really need any
He's
of
like, "I
that
already have
stuff.
this
Like,
stuff."
so Aubrey, you just want a blow dryer. And I'm like, you've already given me one of your blow dryers. Like, I have one that you gave me already. But it was fun. I'm glad it turned out good. I'm glad that, like, the costume came together exactly the way I wanted it to. But next year, I'm ready for next year. I'm already thinking about,
All right,
what are we
Nightmare
doing
Before
next
Christmas.
year?
You've like rolled the thing back.
Right?
Yeah, I think I saw Martin the day before I saw you in Dodge, and he was a character from
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. It was
The
the
mayor.
mayor guy, right?
Aw.
And his head switches around.
Yeah,
Cool.
dude, it was such a funny costume. Like,
Dude,
he
yeah.
had the big round hips and everything. It was so funny.
Dude,
and
I
then
missed
the head.
everything.
It was so funny.
You missed everything?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
We went to the outlet malls. I took my little girl out to go shopping and get some things, set her up for winter now that it's starting to get colder. And by the time we got back, I wasn't supposed to be an all-day thing, and it kind of just turned out that way. By the time we got back, it was like 7:30, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to like lay down real quick. And then, maybe I'll get up and go out and do something. No, I passed out, and I didn't wake up till like 7:30 the next morning. And I was just like, I missed it. I missed all of Halloween.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, you can't do that, man. You can't lay down like that. I do it all the time. I'm like, I'm just gonna lay down for 5 minutes.
I was
No, like
afraid
more
of
like 5
making
hours.
it here because I started to take a nap at 4:00. I was like, I don't know, man. I might not wake up.
You've mentioned this before that you do this.
It's too close to the edge, Aubrey. You live life on the edge.
Yeah,
For real.
you really are living
like, just
dangerous
to
life
nap.
over there.
Yeah. To nap
I
or
need
not
to
to
allow
nap.
myself at least 12 hours to nap. Like, I'm not kidding. Just woke up.
So Yole, you actually did some real Halloween stuff. Took the kids out trick or treating, huh?
No. Like I said, we crashed out.
She's
And
like,
we,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. I
through
missed
Like,
all of
it was the end of the world, and
Halloween.
she slept through it and woke
Yeah.
up.
Oh, so there was no trick or treating done at the outlets?
No,
Were
there
they-
wasn't anything going on. Like, there was no costumes. Like, there was...
What?
Yeah,
How?
nobody did anything. I kind of forgot it was Halloween, to be honest with you. Like,
Dude, 2020 is lame.
What?
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I did so Friday night. I thought more people would be dressed up. We went out to Breezy's. It was kind of, we felt out of place. It felt like a child. I looked around, everybody's not dressed up. Everybody looks perfectly like
it's just another
grown
day.
adults. Yeah, I was like, okay. Well, I'm stupid. I'm a cat. I'm a stupid cat. I'm like, here I am.
That's just every cat. Just kidding.
I wonder if this is the one year that more adults dress up for Halloween than kids did.
Probably.
Might have.
Yeah.
I wonder, did you guys see any trick-or-treaters or anything like that? Like, I thought maybe someone would come by the apartment or something, so I did buy like a bowl and have it ready. Or maybe they did and I just didn't hear them.
Right?
They're like knocking,
bad.
they're like,
That's what I'm
ma'am.
like, I feel kind of bad because I was still probably getting ready when kids would have been trick-or-treating. But our house, I mean, I had like a rotting pumpkin sitting outside. Like, I did that probably 4 or 5 days ago.
Very
Probably was
in
too
theme.
early. A little too early, and it's just been sitting out in the sun. So I'm like... I have like one orange light that hits the door. It was probably, I wouldn't have wanted to walk up to the house as a kid. Like,
This house is dilapidated.
this
They really
might
let it
be
go.
an actual haunted house. Like,
Dude, I didn't have a single one. And I had a little bit of
What?
candy ready. And I waited until I had to go into work at the bar. But normally from like 6 to 8 to 9 or whatever, I would have a good amount of trick-or-treaters. But I didn't have a single person.
see, I thought about maybe like setting up a bowl outside, sitting it out in the driveway, and just like take some candy. Somebody wants to take the whole bowl, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. This is going to somewhere. right?
Whatever. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I thought it'd be nice, but I didn't put any effort into it. I was still too busy trying to get my costume on.
But yeah, man, I blame it on the year. I mean, 2020 has been kind of a lame year. And I feel like
Dude, it's almost over.
Dude, it's almost over, right? But I feel like 2020, as far as holidays go, was supposed to be the year. Because, like, let's go back to, like, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day was on a Friday, which is good. Like, you know, like, good for restaurants, good for servers, because that means
Yeah, it's
gonna be
date night anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it's date night anyway, so it's going to be super packed money. Like, you know? Then let's go to
Easter. I'm like,
Easter's always
like
Sunday.
Lent and all that. No, I'm just saying, for our business, like, that is literally, they say, the busiest time. And I am. I've been working there for almost a year, and I'm thinking, woo, here comes Easter.
Rolling in that money.
Literally, right when Easter started, all of quarantine, everything happened. It was all shut down. There was no Fridays where people were coming in, running in for fish. Like, oh man, I heard about all the money every year that they would make, and then here it comes.
Yeah.
Quarantine, and I'm like, this would have been it. I could have stocked up all this money, and then I'd be set for, you know, a good period of time. Like, it'd be, yeah, 2020.
Robbery.
Really, yeah, like, I got robbed of Lent.
Easter didn't happen this year. I mean, it didn't happen. That was like in the midst of fucking quarantine.
Really, like, literally.
Didn't happen. And then, so Easter didn't happen. And then also Cinco de Mayo didn't happen, which also fell on a Taco Tuesday.
Dude.
And it's like, yo, like, this is the fucking Cinco de Mayo.
I feel like
Nope, didn't
everyone
happen.
had started the year being like, oh, it's going to be the year. This
Yeah.
great year. All these things happening on this day. Doing, like, it's that, like, come on, man.
And then
Yeah.
after Cinco de Mayo was 4th of July, which was also on, I think it was on a Friday. Let me check.
Yeah, it was.
It was on a Saturday.
It was on a Saturday. That's
The
what I was like,
4th was
even
on a
better.
Saturday.
I'm
Even
like,
better. Like, wasn't in the middle of the week.
dude.
People could go out, do fireworks.
And
It was-
I'm off on all those days. I'm always off on Saturdays. I'm like, man, all these things. And here we are. I'm
Nothing to
like
do.
the powerhouse party.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
so sad.
God, I'm super
That
bummed
was-
about that.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm really bummed that didn't get to happen.
So, like, yeah, because now we're at a
Dude.
Halloween, which Halloween was on a Saturday, and we had a full moon, which was a super full moon.
It was. So, I did get to see that on my drive
Dude.
back. So I saw something Halloweeny. I
Yeah.
saw the moon
Shit.
on my drive back while I was trying to stay awake.
Just like, wow, that's a really spooky moon.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just a normal
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know why you're all, there's all a murder
Yeah,
like the night.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
That's cool.
Cute. cool.
And, like,
Very in theme.
The weather was even good for Halloween too. Like, it was nice and cool. It wasn't hot or super cold. It was like
Dude, it was
good
great.
weather. But no, quarantine or coronavirus, lame, not happening.
Shot down another
Hey,
one.
but the bars open up. You're back working at the bars. I mean, you missed it. It's been nice. You're glad to be back.
Dude, I am, and my first night, I was like super rusty. Like I was just embarrassing myself.
You're all a what?
A what?
What's in that?
Like, you know, what's like? I can't remember how to make a Vegas bomb. Like,
I don't know.
fuck. It's been months. Like, you know,
What's a Red Bull?
or like I would like someone would be like, I'll take a Michelob Ultra, and I'll turn around and be like, fuck, where are those at? Like, you know, just like,
Like,
you
no,
know?
can you have something else?
I'm just like opening coolers,
that.
like, there's somewhere around here. Hold on, like, you know. And it's
Cobwebs,
like
you're all
awful.
dusting things
I
off.
couldn't even open my register to start my night. Like I was like doing my little sign in thing to my little touchscreen, and then I was like open drawers, like can't. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing? And then of course my boss sees me, and he's like, what's the matter? I was like, I can't get it open. Then he's like, let me check it. And he goes, you're not even signed in on this thing. And I was like, oh. Well, that's why. Like, you know, like, and I was like, let me assign myself to this register. Okay, now I can open it.
Oh,
and he just kind of looked at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm rusty. Like, I haven't done this in months. So I was like, it's been months. Like,
How many months was it for you?
Oh, dude, at least, 2 or 3? I don't know. I'll lose track of time.
I was going to say, it had to have been longer than 3 because y'all just opened back up.
Because, like, we opened up for only a
did.
couple weekends.
I
y'all
did
do where it
forget
was
when
like a restaurant
everything
part?
kind of opened back up after, or for a little bit.
Yeah, we
the
opened up
whole-
for 4 weeks, and then got shut down again.
I was going to say, I forgot about that.
But even those 4 weeks were bonk. No one wanted to come out still, you know?
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Didn't they do the where like you can open up if you're like a restaurant, like if you have a food truck? Because I think that's what they did with Shooters. Shooters opened up way early because they had like this little food truck out there
To
and
get
stuff.
a restaurant license.
Yeah, that's what we did. We got a restaurant license, and we were serving burgers and like a meat
Y'all's
tray.
little foods are. I'm about it. Those little
Oh,
egg
did you get some
rolls
food?
and those. Yeah, we have been. We're like, give me an egg roll, give me a pizza. Like,
They're cheap there, man.
dude. I mean, and it's stuff that you definitely want to sit there and eat at a bar.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a bar food.
Yeah, we sell those little personal pizzas, and they're only like a few bucks. And then we have like little hamburgers, and they're only like $4.
Yeah.
Then we have like that the egg
Giant
rolls,
egg
which are like
rolls.
$1.50, and those egg rolls are good.
The egg rolls are bomb.
They take a minute to
They're long.
cook.
They're long as hell,
Yeah,
too.
it's like a 20-minute wait to cook them because we have to use this like a little toaster oven.
See, I was wondering how y'all cook it. Like, I mean, obviously the pizza and stuff, it's in the oven. I was wondering about those egg rolls.
Everything's in the toaster oven,
dude.
Everything.
Well,
It's super simple. I have one guy back there just like putting in a patty.
It's like
putting
his
in
whole
a
job is
pizza.
like
it
Yeah.
does take a minute. That is funny though,
Yeah.
because it does take a while. Because I swear every time we're like, man, where's that egg roll? Where's that pizza at? Like, how is this taking so long? But it's like, it comes out nice and crispy. Everything's delicious. It's like, it's so good. And it's
Man, I'm
just,
gonna have to go get me an egg roll. Like, you're gonna go out to drink? No, I came here for the
That's what
egg
I
roll.
was
Like,
like,
it really got hyped up now.
for real. I mean, I feel like I've already ordered food more than I have going to other bars that have actual menus.
Yeah, those egg rolls are good, and I always tell people when they order them, I'm like, look, dude, they take a minute, take about 20 minutes, but when you get them, you'll like it. I promise you, it'll be
It's
good.
worth
It'll be
the
worth
wait.
the wait for sure. And they're like, all right, cool,
It
like,
is.
you know.
100% is.
Because if I don't tell them, they start tripping on me. They're like, yo, dude, it's been 5 minutes. I'm like, yo, dude, chill, dude. It's cooking back there. See that guy back there? And I'll point. And he's just standing in front of that fucking...
Just watching it.
He's
Half
like,
my job is
it's-
staring at it.
It's still here, dude. Like,
Stares
you
and
know?
counts the minutes.
He's like, I have to manually count them on my watch. Like,
He's like, if
we
it
don't have
goes past a
timer.
minute, it will be burnt.
Yeah, because I think it's different. We only have one toaster oven, right? So everything takes a different amount of times. Like a pizza is different than a hamburger. So
Yeah,
if
like,
you
here's
put
the
one-
temperature real
together.
quick, too. He's like, oh, shit.
yeah, it's just like
in there.
you know,
Turning
just- that guy's working that toaster oven, man. But
what his job?
Man,
I'm like,
for real,
yeah,
dude.
what his job?
yeah, I give that guy extra tip at the end of the night, dude. Thank you for taking
That's
care
for
of
those
that.
egg
'cause
rolls.
Fuck that little toaster oven, like, you know, like. Because I see him, he's just back there, just like putting things out, bringing things out and stuff.
I mean, like the size. What's this?
It's a pretty big toaster oven.
I imagine for some reason,
Like a super small one,
toaster.
one
Like
egg roll
the
at a
easy bake
time.
ovens or something. Just like a one at a time. Like, no wonder everything's 20 minutes. I only feel like one thing in here.
I was thinking too.
It's like a line of stuff just waiting to go in.
He's like, all right, quick, I can put in another pizza. Just switch them out.
Luckily, it's a pretty big one with like 2 racks, so he has many. He has area to work with.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know why I defaulted to us like naturally
why
you would think it's a business size. I was like, this is gonna take a minute.
I had to ask. I was like, how big? I literally did this. I was like, how big was it? Like, not even a big one at all. I've got a toaster oven. That's why I was like, I'm imagining the size of my toaster oven.
Right, I thought about like my kitchen one.
So like the size of a microwave.
Nah, it's pretty big, but that would be awful if we had a small one. Be awful.
You're like, it's already pretty awful. This stuff takes a long time.
Yeah, and once people see that, they're like, oh, okay, like they get it, right?
Right.
Very rare are they still pissed off
okay,
about it.
Cool. My edges are toasted on my pizza. Like, it's nice.
Yeah, luckily, I would say the crowd this weekend was actually pretty tamed. Like, we didn't have no fights, nothing crazy.
I felt like it
no
was an
Karens.
older crowd this weekend.
I only had one guy that was kind of outrageous, and he was outrageous. He was yelling at this old man who came up to the bar to order a beer. And I guess he was standing kind of close to this guy who was sitting at a bar stool at the bar.
I think I was sitting behind that guy.
And he was all like, dude, step over, man, step over, or whatever. Like, move away. He was yelling at this old man. This guy was just confused.
Oh, for like the 6-foot thing or whatever? Like,
I guess
he was like in
his bubble or whatever, right? And I told the old guy, I was like, hey, don't worry about it, you're good. Like, what do you want? He's like, oh, Miller Lite. So I just, popped in Miller Lite, sent him on his way. And even he looked kind of like confused, like, what's this guy yelling at? Mm-hmm. And that guy, the younger gentleman that was standing at the bar, he's like, yo, man, I didn't mean to be rude. Like, because he was telling me because he knew I saw him do that. And I was like, kind of gave him a look like, yo, dude, don't start shit with the old fucking man. He's just drinking a Miller Lite.
Yeah. I just came here to have a beer, man.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, I just don't, I'm not trying to be rude, but, coronavirus and shit. And I was like, dude, it's Halloween night and you're sitting at a fucking packed bar. You're not wearing a mask. Like, like, what do you mean coronavirus? Like, you think this old man standing next to you is going to do anything? Like,
right.
And he goes, I just don't want him in my space. I don't want to get sick. And I was like,
and
dude.
so yelling when you're having more particles or whatever is going to really, it's going to really fix that.
Ridiculous. And I was just shocked. I didn't know what to say, and I was like, dude, I can't. And then I just walked off.
I just can't even right now.
Can't even with this guy. Like, can't do it. And I don't even want to like argue with coronavirus about people because everyone's different with it. Like, some people are like, oh, gotta wear my mask 24/7. Some people are like, oh, I'll wear my mask under my nose. And I was like, what? I don't know, dude.
It's always random when you like go into the mall, go out places. Like, there are some people just walk around without it, and is it optional right now? If you want to go into a place and wear a mask, or is it like, I know some places are like, it's required. They say wear a mask when you walk in, but like in general, when people are just walking around the mall, is it just that some people are missing it? They're just like, oh, oops, I didn't see them.
Let's take a quick break and I'll check on it because I don't even know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey there. I just want to take a second to thank you for watching the Elite4 podcast. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because that really helps our channel grow. And if you're feeling extra generous, share us with a friend. Tell your mom about us. Tell anyone. We greatly appreciate you here at Elite4. Now back to the podcast. All right, and we're back, guys. So yeah, Aubrey, we were talking about that mask. So most places you're required to wear your mask when you enter and as you walk around, but unless you're seated at a table or at a bar, you can take it off.
Yeah.
But,
there's just some rogue people out
there.
there.
Well, I see people do that at the gym, like where you're breathing heavy and you're sweating and they're just like, no mask, which, I'm not.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's like I said, it's already, people are going out to bars and places, and
you might as well.
You don't have, technically you don't have to wear your mask while you're in there. Mm-hmm. It's not required. Like, but then you go to the grocery store and you go to these other places and you have to wear a mask, and so it's kind of like, is this a thing or not? Yeah, is this a thing or not, or is it optional? Because it's starting to feel kind of optional.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting to that point, right?
Yeah.
To where every place of business is just a little different. They're just, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. Or also, I think it's just about what people can enforce. Because, you know, working at the bar this weekend, you know, some people had masks on, like all the staff did. But as far as customers go, like some people did, some people didn't. But I also didn't have the manpower to go around and tell people, hey, wear your mask. Hey, wear your mask. Like, you know, like, I can't do that. Like, you know, I have a guy fucking manning a goddamn toaster oven over here. Like, you know, like.
After you're done staring at that pizza, can you go check, make sure everybody's wearing their mask?
In between pizza slices, like, hey.
He's like, come on, dude.
So it's like, you know, whatever. And then also, like, you know, TABC is supposed to be monitoring it as well, but they don't have the manpower to go to all these different bars and make sure.
There's a lot of bars going. Like there's a lot of bars open.
They just didn't. Yeah, I went there for a bachelorette party, not this past weekend, but the one before. And it was real hit and miss. There's like a lot of places that you just didn't have to wear anything. I mean, we did. I mean, I had them. Like, you have to have them again to walk in. But once you get there, you don't.
I'm like, Fiesta, Texas, they're on it. They got people standing around every corner.
We're just waiting for you to take it off.
Pick that mask up. Cover your nose. Yes. They do really great at theme parks.
Even being outside and stuff, they were still like, wear it.
Yep.
I always find that weird when I see people like running on the trail and there's no one near you and you have a mask on. I'm like, that's got to be hard to breathe in. You're like running, you're sweaty,
like everything like that. I imagine outside you can do whatever you want, but inside of Fiesta, Texas, they were very good about their job. They had somebody watching on cameras and they'd yell at you on the intercom, hey, put your mask on.
Fuck.
God, you are God?
And they had the social distancing like squared off, everything. They're like, everybody stay 6 feet apart. If they saw people getting too close, they're like, hey,
was it better since you didn't have like, was it still as crowded? Nice lines were shorter because you couldn't have many people?
It's still surprisingly very busy. There's still a lot of people there. Wow. But, I mean, if you get season passes, it's worth it. And then you go and you get the fast pass stuff. Oh, that's they have discounts for the members. Like, so you get those like for way cheaper. And it is worth it. Like, you literally can get on every ride as soon as you get there.
A whole separate line for people with, like, the flash pass with fast pass or whatever.
And you'd be surprised. You would think, like, as many people you see walking around as members, a lot of people don't know. Like, we got lucky because we went up to a guy and we were like, yo, we just got memberships. Like, we've never done this before. Like, what's
the benefit?
What's going on? Yeah, like, what's up? Like, what's up with these fast passes? And this dude's like, oh, y'all get like half off of like the 50% faster line one. Like, what? So originally $90 for this, we get it for literally half. Like,
so what is that?
It's so tight.
What does that entail? Like, what do you get with that fast pass?
With mine, I get 2 meals. I get like a lunch and a dinner, and then I get a snack. I get a snack. So, I mean, that's $40 just saved. Like,
easy. Yeah, those meals are crazy expensive.
I only pay $20 a month. So that's it. That's all I pay monthly. And it's $60 every time you go for a ticket just to get in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is so worth it. You get a free drink. You get, the souvenir cups. So you can refill them all day. Like, you get one that you get to bring with you every time you go in there. You get discounts on all the stuff there, 30% off. Like, damn. It is a deal, dude.
But like, you get that, for me, that line, like the fact that you get to be in a separate line,
dude,
to ride the rides.
The fact that it's so much cheaper too. You get that discount just for being a member.
You get to get in those lines all day, the fast lines?
Yeah. Oh, all you do is they give you a little watch. You reserve whichever ride, and it says, okay, in 10 minutes you can get on it. Like, and then you show up, they scan your watch, and
then you go.
You have it for 2 people. You're like, all right.
It's you're blowing my mind. I get season passes every year.
He's like, I didn't even know.
Dude. It is mind blowing. Like, I didn't know either, and I am all about it.
It's like fun facts for anyone watching. Like, you get like a secret
y'all
VIP
know how many
hookup.
People I've given this spiel to. I should be like, I should work for Fiesta, Texas.
In case someone from Fiesta, Texas
I'm a recruiter.
Watches, I'm like, this is a person you need. She needs compensation.
How many memberships I've gotten them already, but I know I should get commission off of something here.
Yeah, for real. Life hacks with Obs. I like
it. It was wild. We went in there. I mean, the first time I went in there with all that. Shoot, the souvenir shop. I was all in there. I'm like, I go shopping when I go over there.
Something and
Can I
you
get that
get
discount?
Something.
The cheapest sunscreen I've ever bought was at Fiesta, Texas.
She's like, I don't buy it from H-E-B anymore. I wait and drive to Fiesta, Texas, and I buy it.
Give me some $3 sunscreen.
Like, I just stock up for the rest of the year.
Hey, sunscreen is expensive. I don't know. It's like the good stuff is expensive.
I'm getting that banana boat.
$10. So I don't get skin cancer? Dang.
This is what it cost me to protect my life?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm like, I'll pay for it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we normally go to Six Flags for their Fright Fest during Halloween too.
I went for one weekend. It wasn't like the Fright Fest. Like they didn't have. It was very restricted. It was, you know, they had their stuff set up. They had spooky stuff around. They had some characters walking around in stilts, and you know, it was fun, but it definitely wasn't the experience you'd want.
Do they have the haunted houses everywhere?
They have the haunted houses set up, but there's no like
you can't go in. You can't do anything. Like it's just for look.
They just set up everything, and then it's like, but there's no
So because that's what we would go specifically for their haunted houses, because they would have like 5 different ones throughout the park.
It's real sad.
And we would go to that shopping center right down the street from Six Flags, and we would go to this bar and just get wasted, and then just Uber right back to Six Flags and just do all the
just go through it again.
Just go through it like just being drunk idiots going through a haunted house, whatever, because then we get like really scared.
They're like, oh, it's these guys again.
Oh, these same guys from last year. They're drunk again, like, you know. And then, like, you know, we're falling down, tripping over shit because we're all, you know, pretty drunk and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that that's not all happening anymore, but it was still fun. And like I said, it's worth it.
Well, hopefully next year everything gets back in line. But
another plus, it's for next year too. Like it's literally the membership was for this year and next year.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a good deal. I'm like, go
sign up. That's a good deal.
$20.
Aubrey's like, here, use my link below to
$20.
Use my link below.
Yeah, click on the link below to sign in.
Use my promo code.
I need a Facebook page.
Yeah, it's promo.
Here we come.
You thought this was a podcast. This is actually just a way to segue into Aubrey's promo code
I'm
link.
going to be one of those people that spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Next, Aubrey's going to be like,
You
and
can win a
also
cruise.
get on my OnlyFans.
You can swipe up. OnlyFans. It's all Fiesta. The bald guy dancing.
Oh, God.
You know, people pay for anything nowadays is the weird thing I've learned.
Commercial. People
Dude,
loved the bald guy.
Classic
It's
commercial.
classic, yeah. I dig it. Good memories.
Man.
So, man, dude, I just been too busy to do anything fun. I don't know if y'all live in apartments or houses, but one of the most scary sounds for me owning a house is the sound of running water. Just like straight running water, don't know where it's coming from. Horrible, because like water damage is super expensive, and as a homeowner, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, where's that
You're like,
faucet
can I
on?
afford
'Cause
this?
I can't afford this, and then like my
Leaky
water bill is gonna
pipe.
be immense, like, you know, because you get hit twice with the water bill, and then for like water damage, like if it like got into your walls or your floors. And I recently had a water leak.
Oh, did you find the leak? It sounds
I
like
did.
you had
We're
a
like
leak.
worried.
I
I'm like,
Did you find it?
I did, and you know what? Like, shame on me, because like one morning, like I don't know if you ever turn on the faucet and you can kind of hear the water running through your walls.
Yeah,
Like,
you hear
it's the sound of the
trickling
pipes,
through everything.
Like, you know. And one morning I woke up. It was really early, it was super quiet in my house, and I could hear that like little bit of running water, and I was like, man, what is that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm hearing shit. Like, you know, I don't fucking know.
Brushed
like,
it off.
Brushed it off, right?
Can't do
A
that.
week later, I'm like mowing the grass, and I just hit a fucking swamp, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know, like it didn't really rain today, like, you know. And then my son goes, oh, I see you found the wetlands.
He's all known about it.
Yeah,
He's like, I could have told you before, but I wasn't gonna. He's like, I was having fun.
And I
That's
just
cool.
like looked at him like,
I thought that was supposed to
what,
be like that.
what do you mean?
thought we were
Like,
getting
you-
a pool.
Like, you knew about this? He's all like, well, I saw it last week when I was, you know, out here, like, you know, and I
Just
was like,
walking around.
just walking. You-
Oh, that's wet.
that's
I'm just
wet.
gonna stay away from
It's
there. Stay away from that
And I
grass.
was like, you didn't tell me. He goes, well, I didn't know if it was rain or not. And I was like, it's literally the only wet part in the yard. Like, you know, Like it rained a lot in this little area right here, you know?
Just the one
It
spot.
just took a while for that side to dry.
And I was like, well, Devin, like, you're going to help me dig this shit up, man. We got to find this leak.
It's like, I didn't sign up for this.
He's like, never mind.
He's like, this is why I didn't tell you before.
But yeah, we had to go there, and luckily we found the leak pretty quickly. It wasn't too far down.
Dude.
And yeah, there was just...
No, same. I literally have a puddle in my yard right now. I have
What?
a
She's like, I've
side
just left it
puddle
there.
in my yard. In the, you know, we tried to fix it. My dad, me and my dad, my dad came and dug a hole, found the leak. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it pushed it somewhere else and made the water just crack somewhere else.
Oh, no.
It's because it was like we found the leak. He plugged it up and everything, and then we buried it back up. A few days later, I'm like, oh, the puddle is over here now.
It's like the
It just
cartoons
moved
when there's like a
down.
leak and you see it
Oh,
one
yeah.
hand and
It
it's like
starts
comes somewhere else.
shooting up out of a, yeah, I'm like, now there's like a waterfall coming out of them.
Oh, no,
But no,
Aubrey.
it's not a bad one. It's definitely a small leak, but did it crack more? Is it just going to keep going further and further
Just
down,
further
every
down?
time I do it? Yeah, I'm like,
So is it out in your yard?
I'm struggling. It's on the side of my house. It's kind of in a good spot to
Yeah.
not be a problem. Like,
It's somewhere I can ignore it.
Oh,
Kind of
like,
like
the
if I don't
water's
look at it.
staying great over there. Yeah, I'm like, it's fine. We just weed eat it. Don't really mow. Don't really mow onto it because losing lawnmower.
Have you seen your water bill? Has it affected?
So that's the crazy part. It's the same every month.
Well, because there's a
Never
minimum that
different.
most counties charge for water. If you don't hit that mark, then they just charge you the minimum. So I haven't seen my water bill yet, but my leak was a good leak. Like
It's significant.
it was like there was standing water in my flower beds. So I was like,
I literally have
I was
one
like,
little
fuck, dude.
there's like a patch that big that has a little puddle of standing water that I'm
dude,
like,
no.
oh
Oh
my
no,
God.
that's not bad.
But I'm still
Maybe it's
just
the
like,
neighbors.
It just sucks. Oh no, it's mine.
I would-
It's
It's
like,
mine.
I tried to give the
promise
benefit
that.
of the doubt. Maybe
I'm
it was
like,
somebody else.
I've been mowing my neighbor's yard all these years. I'm like,
What?
that's
Why?
their half. No, because that's what I'm saying. Like if it's theirs, then I've been mowing on their side. But no, it's definitely my
I get you.
side. It's like
Yeah.
my tree, and then you see the line, the cutoff of where it is. Like, no, it's definitely my problem.
That's
Dude.
definitely the benefit of being in an apartment right now.
Dude,
like,
I
if
miss
something
it.
goes wrong, that's not even my problem.
I
I just
miss
call
it.
maintenance and
Yeah.
hope that they're just like,
Right,
I
they
just
give a
assume
notice.
you
Leave
do
your
it.
faucet's running. It's gonna be cold. Like they'll leave you notes telling you to like what you need to do. Keep it in
Yeah,
shape.
I was like, I don't need to worry about that. If something goes down, they tell me. They're like,
yeah.
yo, this is gonna happen. I'm like, okay, great. I'm like, oh, do I need to change my smoke detector? They're like, oh, we already came in and did it.
Right?
So.
They're like, we heard it beeping the other day. Maintenance went ahead and took care of it.
awesome. It's
We
like,
went ahead and made your bed too. While we were
I
at
mean,
it.
you might as well. With what
Y'all
you
do
pay for an
housekeeping
apartment
now?
nowadays, they should do that.
Dude, that's
should be
actually a
inclusive.
crazy idea, right?
That's
'Cause
another job for people,
Hotels
man.
do it, right?
Yeah.
Imagine having an apartment complex where you're like, hey, like, we'll do maintenance and housekeeping.
Yeah, but you'd see some
It's-
weird stuff.
yeah.
I don't know if I
That
could.
is one thing. It's like is very more personal, I guess. Like
I would want those housekeepers on the podcast because I bet they see some
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
shit.
They're like, this one time, and not at band camp, this one time at my job.
I can imagine hotel workers. Like, come
Oh
on.
my god, yeah. bet.
I mean, you've seen some places like people
Ew.
party in
Just
hotel
ew.
rooms. People don't care. Like throw up on a bed and just curl up a sheet and throw it in the corner
Yeah,
and be
whatever.
like, oh well,
Somebody
they'll
else's
Yeah,
problem.
exactly. Like stuff like that. Like that's pretty rough. Like I couldn't imagine because you could imagine going into a room and seeing a balled up sheet in the corner. Like
This is my job.
you
This
got
is what I got to
cans
deal
of,
with.
You got it smells like weed. Smells like you see drugs. There's probably drugs on the table.
I left you come back, knock on the door. I left my needle here.
right.
Can I
like
get that
you
back?
probably can see some pretty creepy things.
Dude, yeah, I always say that, I've seen a lot just in the bars, but yeah, hotel workers, I'm sure they've seen way crazier shit. I couldn't even imagine. But you living in the apartments, do you ever have a bad experience with your maintenance people? Like,
No, not yet. No, I mean, luckily I haven't had many occasion to have to call them, but it does feel weird. Sometimes they, like with the smoke detector thing, they don't tell you that they're going to go in and do it. You just get a note that they were already there.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if I had some really weird stuff lying out? And then I'm like, oh my God, this guy now knows that.
That seems not okay.
Yeah,
that's
a little creepy,
invasion
right?
of privacy.
Yeah.
Usually they're supposed to like give you a notice, be like, hey, we're coming in tomorrow at this time. We're going to come in, or we're coming into your apartment tomorrow at some point. But no, like they shouldn't just be like going in there and then be like, yo, everything looks good in there. We got you covered.
Well, because there's also like you're not supposed to burn candles. So like on the checklist that they leave, they're like change smoke detectors, like no signs of candle burning detected. And I'm like, so you looked like, so does that mean you looked around?
No burning candles in there.
That's assuming it's a female. There's probably some dudes just running up in my home.
Right?
Like, you don't know, man.
There's just a guy collecting all the candles from all the apartments. He's all got his.
I didn't even know that was a rule.
Room of candles.
Yeah, there was a thing when I signed the lease. They were like, you cannot. They were very like adamant about that. I guess just because of like liability purposes.
I think I've been breaking the rules anytime I lived in an apartment.
I guess that makes sense because most apartments are all electric as far as their appliances go.
Mm-hmm.
No gas stuff. Like even their water heaters, their stoves are all
I miss
electric.
a gas stove though. I really enjoyed cooking on a gas stove. I feel like it's better. It heats up faster. Like it may not even be real. I don't know. It's
great during the winter.
Stats.
Like
You're cooking and I'm getting warmer too. My bill is so much lower.
Yeah, I have a gas stove, and I would not switch over to electric. It would not, just because I don't know. I just don't like those little elements, whatever, the little spirals that get red and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like, nah, shit's lame. Give me a fucking flame, you know.
Yeah.
But I used to live in apartments back when I was younger, back in my like younger 20s, my struggle years.
Same.
Struggle is real.
Yeah, it was real. Like I was full-time bar staff, and I would I had no cable, no internet, but I had electricity and running water. That's all I really needed.
I mean, you could always just watch stuff on your phone.
Dude, cable and internet, was an upgrade for me once. After I moved out of living in apartments, because I could not afford it at any time that I 'was living in an apartment.
God, now I feel like all bougie because I have an apartment and internet.
$900, now we're paying $1,200 because now I have internet and everything else. Like, nah, it was too much. I was happy to be living in a nice place where people took care of everything in the building and all that, like not having to worry about anything but my car payment and rent.
Yeah, but my saving grace in those years was my Hastings card. Now I would go to Hastings every week and like rent like 3 or 4 movies for like less than $10, right? And I was like, that's my entertainment for this week. Then I'll return them and get new ones.
So when they went
that
out of
was
business,
the shit, dude.
Oh man,
Piece of me died that day.
When they went out of business, I went and got all those movies. I was like, I still didn't have internet at the time whenever Hastings closed down. I was like, DVDs all day.
Their book sale was so good though. I bought so many things that I've lost in the move from one apartment to another, but that was it was a sad day, but it was a good day if you wanted to buy anything cheap.
It was such a sad but great day. Everything was so cheap.
Dude,
Silver lining.
I felt really guilty going in there and like buying a couple of things, like oh yeah, good deal on this. But we were like, wait, this is it. Like, after this is no more.
I can't buy this anymore.
It's not worth it. But no, that was my thing. Like, Hastings was my only source of entertainment. Because even like, my phone, like, we could still watch movies on our phones, but still, like, our phones are a little smaller back then and stuff. And my apartment was just shit, dude. Just a shitty little 1-bedroom apartment. Just shit. And things would break all the fucking time. And, like, maintenance there was just, like, awful.
They're like, you're all right.
Awful. Like, I would, like, call the office, like, yo, my AC's not working. Like, it's hot as fucking here. They'd be like, all right, cool, we'll make a note on it. And I was like, oh, good. A note. Thanks. Like,
that's going to keep... You just, like, fan yourself with the note. Thanks for the note. You guys really...
But it took me like over a week to get my AC working, like, because it was like, it wasn't fully not working. It was just like half-ass working to where it was like kind of still blowing air when it wanted to.
Yeah.
But it was just awful. But I can't remember what else. I want to say we also had a really bad bug problem at the apartment. And I was just like always calling like, yo, man, there's like these little roaches everywhere. And I was like, I can't keep food here because I'm afraid that they're going to get into it, you know?
God, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That was here in Victoria?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Here in Victoria. Those apartments are still operational, too.
Oh,
I feel like I think I know
man.
which ones you're talking about because I've seen stuff about like the little roaches and stuff on Facebook.
Dude, I'm sure there are multiple apartments. So, the one I was... What was the name of it?
I was like, where was this?
This was Sage Creek. That's what it was.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense.
Sage Creek Apartments. And
With as many shootings as they've been there, like they ought to give you like a bulletproof vest when you move in.
yeah,
Like,
man,
it's
for
rough.
real. Like I remember, I would hear a couple of shootings. I lived there for 1 year, and I heard 2 shootings. Just like pop, pop. You're like, oh fuck, that wasn't someone's tires blowing out. That was
Jeez.
fucking.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be like that though, but the rent was probably
Yeah,
not that
like
much.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
a lot
but-
of people have lived there at one point. Like that was a good starter apartment for a lot of people.
Yeah, my rent there was like $500 a month. Dude.
That's what I mean. I'm like,
$500.
I could
it's
deal with
almost
some,
worth
like,
it.
Yeah, I was like, you know, you could
get
kind of
some
deal with
earplugs.
it.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, just didn't see shit. Like
Not my problem.
that's
Like
what
I
I
didn't
would-
see nothing.
Keep your head down.
Yeah.
And,
That's what I would say whenever I hear the gunshots. I didn't see shit. Like, you know, I'd go back to sleep.
Just so everybody knows.
Just
But
learn to sleep with one eye open.
dude, yeah. But that was fun though. Like, just living in the apartments was just fun.
Yeah.
'Cause shit, especially, and I guess you can call that one like a lower income apartment because shit's always going down. Like there's like a parties down the way. Like you know, we all know each other in our little building complex.
That is
whatever.
the good thing about the smaller, cheaper places.
Yeah.
That you can do a lot more.
Everyone,
It is-
and also everyone kind of looks out for each other too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, no one's going to really break into your shit because no one has anything there. You know?
Right.
You know,
You're gonna
like-
steal back the stuff you stole from somebody.
walking around in the shoes that
Yeah.
they stole from the other person, the neighbor next door.
Like, yo, those are my J's. Like,
They're
what the
like, yo,
hell?
man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
the
just
only-
like the community property stuff. Like everybody shares it.
Dude, there was like I remember a couple of neighbors would always bug me for random shit, like the occasional like, hey man, you got any sugar? I'm like, yeah man, here you go. Or like even like, hey, you got a frying pan? I'm trying to make something or whatever. And I'd be
Damn, a
like,
whole
yeah man, here you go. Like all the time, man.
Oh, my
like,
God.
even like you know, because like we're
Like,
all
hey, can I borrow
friendly.
some forks? Like I just have no kitchen utensils at all.
Oh my god.
And then like my upstairs neighbors, like they were cool. Like, we would party a lot. They were a little older, but they would come down and knock and be like, "Hey, dude, I was wondering, do you have any movies? Like, you know, just asking if they have any DVDs."
Can I borrow
'Cause-
those Hastings?
Yeah,
movies you
exactly.
got before you turn them in.
Yeah, then they would.
I
'Cause
saw you come in with a Hastings bag. What'd you get?
Nah,
What'd you
they
get?
would
What
say
are
they-
we watching today?
they would say they could hear me like, "Oh, I heard you last night watching movies, whatever." Because I guess like the walls are so thin and shit. So they're like, "What do you got?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I got The Incredibles. I got like, you know whatever." Like, you know.
They're like, I don't even need to watch it. I just heard it, and I knew what scene it was.
The walls are so thin. It sounded like a good movie last night, man.
Let me borrow it. It was pretty funny.
I didn't even have surround sound.
Dude, I did. I literally had like a 1-box TV sitting like on this shitty ass like little table, whatever. And that was my setup, like you know,
Oh my God, that's
one
so
couch.
funny.
You know,
Oh my
like-
God.
But yeah, I would do it. I'd be like, "Here you go, bruh," and like they'll take it and they'll bring it back the next day or whatever, or
Like
I'll
a
go up
rental.
there and
You
ask
should have
for it.
started running a rental place.
Yeah, I'll rent it and I'll rent it
You
out to
sell
other
rent
people.
it.
Make my money back.
You were the original Redbox.
Like, the police are knocking. Hey, we see a lot of people going back and forth in here. Are you
Hey,
slinging?
you're
It's
like, no, it's not drugs.
under,
I swear.
like you have that trench coat and you just
Yeah.
open it and there's like DVDs.
DVDs. And I got some Hastings, dog. What you got?
What you trying to see?
Like, take this one for one day. I gotta return it tomorrow. Like you know, like.
I already got this from like 2 other people, man.
But yeah, I would do that. I would go
gosh.
back up there and be like, "Yo, dude, I gotta return that DVD. I'm gonna get some new shit. I'll let you know." Like, you know, and he'd be like, "Bet." Like, you know, like, all right, like, yeah.
The weird
Oh
part
my
is like I
gosh.
worked there and there would be people who would like stick other stuff in the like they would take out the DVD and put other stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like other discs. Like I found sticky notes in there one time. I found a pack of gum in there one time. Like you know, I'm like, why even? Like, just
to replace the disc?
Yeah,
or?
to like replace the disc.
Wow.
I'm like, why don't you just take, like, why wouldn't you just
disc and leave it?
Yeah. Why do you have to make my job that much harder? And now I'm like peeling stuff off. I'm like, you could have just
left
if you're gonna steal something from Redbox or something, just
the name of the CD, the name of the disc.
Man.
Just leave it empty as like a warning for anybody
surprisingly,
else.
I never stole anything from Hastings, but I know that it was very easy, and a lot of people did it. I just know it was easy. Yeah, I mean, I'd be walking around with friends, and then I'd turn around, and they got a whole new headphones.
Now we know why Hastings closed down.
Yeah, now
Aubrey.
we know why
Thanks
they closed
a lot.
down.
I'm telling
I'm gonna
you.
need names.
That's all.
Okay, I'm gonna need names.
I'm still an employee forever. Employee forever.
I'm always locked in. Hastings, I've got your back. We're gonna get these people.
We're gonna find them.
I will find you.
Oh, there's a lot of kids in Victoria. There are a lot of people in Victoria. There's a lot of names.
Shame on them.
A big lot of
Shame
names.
on them.
Shame.
Yeah, I always wanted to work at Hastings. Like,
Everybody did.
Dude,
I'm
that
like,
was
I
like
think
that was like
everyone
one of the
did.
coolest jobs to have.
How did you get in? Is it a cult? Did you have to
God.
sacrifice anything?
Yeah, what'd you do?
It was just a couple of small
Couple drops
animals.
of blood.
I mean, they didn't. I mean,
Just-
nothing that anybody would miss.
It's like
right?
Target. It's like those places are like coveted. Like you can't. You gotta be a special
sucked,
person to work at those places.
Like not
For
like it
real.
was bad, but so I had graduated early, and it was all a bunch of us kids that worked in high school. So everyone that was still going to school, still registered as a student, they had to leave by 10 or like by 9. And we didn't close down till I think like 11. And so by the time we closed down, it's just me and one manager, and that's it
That big
for the
old-
whole store.
And there's all 100 people in there. You're
Yeah,
like,
and so like I have all these things
just
to
take
put
that.
back.
Yeah, just take it.
No wonder everybody stole. At the end of the
No
night, it's
wonder
just like
you
I don't
hated
even
the sticky
care.
notes inside the DVDs. No wonder you were like, dude, there was a lot of sticky notes. There were
so
a lot of
many
packs
sticky-
of gums.
I'm like, just at some point, I'm just like, didn't really even check. I'm just like, okay, as long as there was like something circular there, I'm like, okay, it's going back on the shelf. So maybe I'm part of the problem too.
There's
I'm
just-
sorry, Hastings.
right, there's
I'm
all-
gonna put my own name
People
on
were
the
just
list.
putting bologna slices in there. Just
I'm like,
some
whatever,
circles,
like-
anything shaped, just like everything looked like a circle.
So, I applied to work at Hastings, and of course, I didn't get the job. I think because I didn't have my availability open because I was working the bar. But I was like, I want to work at Hastings because that place is cool as fuck. And like during the day, like I was like, imagining in my head, like I could work there during the day, just have this cool job, just like, putting up books and cool DVDs and stuff.
Right.
And then I was going to make my money at night at the bars,
This is like my fun leisurely job.
Right.
For real. And now everything's changed. Now the bar is my fun leisure job and my real job's oil field. But yeah, simple times though, man. Simple times. I was real salty that I didn't get that job. Real salty.
They hired me instead.
They probably did. They probably did.
gosh.
They told me like, yo, Migs, like I need you to work nights too. I'm like, I
Right?
can't. Like,
They're like, no, we need that girl
it's
who's
not
gonna
gonna-
be there all night.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
already had all the morning
we need
stuff.
one of those two closers. We need
Yeah.
one of them
Oh,
there.
man, not.
And then
not
I added
fun.
that coffee place in there, and I was like, I'm
Dude.
addicted to coffee. That's one of my addictions.
They were
Like,
very close. Like it was very close to Starbucks. Like it was. We're gonna drive
what
to
was it, the
Starbucks further
hardback?
down.
Is that what it's called?
The hard
Yeah.
back.
Was it hardback?
Hardback Cafe.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they had good coffee. I would go there instead of Starbucks because it was just closer where I
Yeah,
live.
yeah.
And it was cheaper. And I was going to Hastings anyways.
Their
like, you know?
smoothies are really
It
good
was
too.
great.
I
Yeah?
never drank coffee's not my thing, but I used to get their smoothies all the time when I would work there. And you get the employee discount, so and a lot of times like at the end of the night they're just like, we don't care.
Right.
Just take the
What do you
freaking
want?
smoothie.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
what do you
cleaning out
want?
any. I'm like, whatever's left, just throw it in a cup
Man,
and I'll take
Hastings
that.
was the place to work.
Dude,
then.
for real,
Man.
right?
Yo, their
I'm
popcorn
pretty sure I
was
applied
so
there
good.
too.
Did you?
Yes, I know I did. But that was probably getting closer to the closing years.
Aubrey, we just need to open our own Hastings.
Right.
We're gonna
And
do it.
then
Everybody
tell your
chip
friends
in.
they can't steal from
Yeah,
us.
they're not allowed. They can't
You
come in
can't
here.
steal.
You can't sit with us. You can't shop with us,
We
okay?
will have see-through cases.
Yeah,
We
for real,
will-
We
right?
will be
Don't-
checking them.
don't-
Please just don't give your gum.
I don't need
Yeah,
gum.
yeah. Keep your fucking gum. God damn. But no, like I do miss that coffee place a lot. I think I drank more coffee than beer, actually, probably more or alcohol in general. Just because every day is at least like 3 or 4 cups for me.
I've never
wow.
found a coffee that I could just like get down with. There's no amount of like mixture.
Really?
Yeah.
Lately, I have been going to Starbucks and going to that cave place, the new one that's right there, like where Hastings used to be, or in that area, but next to
Didn't there used to be like a car wash or something?
Yeah,
but that
it's
building
a
is so small.
Dude,
Can you
but,
go
I
in,
mean,
or is it like drive-through
It's
only?
a drive-through only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good. I like it. But I've been switching it up. I've been trying to get different things that I don't normally get. Like I don't know. It's usually something sweet. It's either got vanilla or caramel or something in it.
No,
but then I'll add an extra shot of espresso.
To balance it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too much. Sometimes I'm like, well, I just ordered coffee straight. Like, I think I'm just drinking, like, it looks creamy and it's going to be sweet and it's not.
It's
So
just
I'm
coffee grounds with whipped cream on
Ooh,
it.
yeah. Sometimes I'm like, man, that is not the coffee. That is not it.
You're
And
like on
then-
a list. You're like not
No,
getting it again.
Not that one. Yeah.
Mark that
or
off.
I'm like, dang, I should have not added that shot of espresso. Like, I think I don't like coffee as much as I thought I did. Like,
Oh, dude, I love it, man. I get more excited about coffee than a lot of things nowadays. Like even me and Alyssa were talking about going on a cruise, and she's like, "Oh, we'll get this cool like alcohol package." And I was like, "Yeah, man, sounds good. Like we're gonna drink a lot." And then she was like going through like, "Oh, it's also good for like, there's normal drinks and you get unlimited coffee at
Like,
whatever coffee
bought.
shop."
Check.
And I was like, "Wait, hold on, what?" Like
Yeah.
like say it again, like unlimited coffee, like every morning I could go there get all the
Dude.
different coffee I want.
Are
She's
you
like,
serious?
"Yeah." And I was all like, "Yeah, we're getting that. Yeah,
So
yeah."
Add it. Just add it.
Just add it. Like,
Say
fuck-
more right
That's
now.
Fuck the alcohol. Like, give me those cups of coffee every morning. Like,
That's
hell
tight.
yeah.
damn.
But I don't know. I don't even know when this happened. I think the bars did it to me, because we would make coffee at the bar like around like 5 or 6 in the afternoon, because that was like our mornings. And we'll just start the day with our day with a cup of coffee. And then when I got into the oil field, I just kept doing the same thing. Like 8 o'clock in the morning,
See,
make a cup of coffee.
Coffee for me, I don't. The caffeine does nothing for me in coffee. I don't. It's just a tasty drink. It's a
Yeah?
tasty hot drink.
Tasty hot
It tastes good if it has a lot of sugar.
It's like, I'm not
milk
gonna have
in
hot
it.
chocolate. I'll have some coffee though.
I'm like, just put lots of creamer, lots of sugar. Like, I love coffee. It's great, but it's
Yeah.
mostly sugar that I
So,
like.
so it's more of a treat for you then.
It's a treat because I'll go right back to sleep. I'll have a cup of coffee. I'll be like, it's all warm in my tummy. I'm all, I'm gonna go back to
perfect
sleep.
way to like snuggle back up again.
Nah, it's more like a ritual for me. Like
That's
every
what I was
morning.
like, dude, because I work with people that are like, coffee, just like make a pot. They're
Yeah.
sitting there drinking coffee all day long, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, I'll be sweating after one cup. First of all, I'll probably have diabetes afterwards. Like, it's not, yeah.
You gotta try that cold stuff, man. Some
Oh, I
cold
do
brews.
like cold coffee too,
Yeah.
but not like, I've never tried it. Just like the straight, like dark, cold coffee. Like, I'll usually get ones that are mixed already.
Yeah, those are good too, though. I like sweet stuff and I like the bitter stuff too as well. I don't care. I just like coffee. I'm just a
Yeah, I
junkie.
was like, you really like coffee.
I'm just
like
a coffee
you just-
junkie. I just do whatever. And that Quave, like, how you say, is it Cave? Is that how you say that place? Mm-hmm. That place is pretty good. I think that was a ballsy move they made, because they knocked down that car wash you were talking about, and that's like off of Navarro Street, which is
Yep.
like prime real estate.
Weren't
Like,
they in
Yeah.
the mall? I think.
yeah.
So I don't know.
They still
Are they
are.
still there?
It's
So
closed.
It's
but
closed.
I don't
Like,
want-
but all their stuff's still in there.
That's why I was like,
And it's like they don't have the people to run
I wonder
it or
if it's
something.
like
yeah,
a
like
COVID
all their
thing?
baristas are over there.
I don't know, but because I just went to Chick-fil-A in the mall the other day, and I looked over because I was like, I can get a cup of coffee while I'm here. Like,
Dude, their food was good too. That's why I'm like, I
They
don't
have
see
food?
how they wouldn't.
They
yeah,
had
they had
burgers,
burgers and
and
stuff.
like everyone in the mall was talking about their burgers.
They did
like,
veggie burgers,
yeah.
like they did, like, and it was all fancy. Like, it was very. They had a pretty cool like chalk wall. You could write on it when you went in there. Like, it was.
I don't know why when you said chalk, I thought of like chocolate, and you just like cut it down to be cool. I was
A
like,
chocolate wall. You're all a chocolate wall.
like,
Chocolate wall,
is there
nice.
like chocolate
Maybe
sweets
that's
that you
why it's just like
add?
melted in there. They're like, no, it probably went bad during quarantine.
Maybe always a trendsetter. She's- everyone's gonna start calling chocolate just chalk.
Yeah, you get some of
You
that
got that-
like that
yeah.
chalky milk. I guess maybe
Yeah,
that's where I
chalky
You
got
want
it.
some chalk from the store?
Little chalk bar. Hell yeah.
You get a bar of chalk.
Chalk bar.
I don't know why it went there. It's like the same route that my mind went with the mini oven.
Maybe I didn't say I didn't pronounce the L enough in there.
There's not enough chalk.
Chalk. Those are chalk.
Here's some salmon.
Some salmon.
Yeah.
Hard L on that.
You gotta really pronounce
That
those L's.
salmon.
The L really makes the word.
So speaking of your mind and where things go, how did you enjoy chasing those ice creams on FoodVS?
Oh man, it was fun, but it was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I guess because I assumed they were gonna just be like regular ice cream flavors. Like, oh man, I'm gonna guess if strawberry is strawberry or something. Like, I thought it would be like, oh, here's a mango flavor or something.
Yeah.
Like just like regular, almost regular, like sherbet or something.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be like mushroom and. What was the other one? Like bacon.
Bacon?
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Brian got those because I don't know.
I'm glad Brian had to taste them and do horrible at it and stuff too. Because, you know, like, me and Aubrey do the alcohol stuff, the alcohol tastings, and we've been doing pretty good.
Yo, Aubrey, you kill
the
it,
first
man.
one, no, that second time I was just drinking vodka. That's all it was.
Like, I just came here to drink. Oh, you said free alcohol?
Tastes
Yeah.
like
I'm in.
Tastes like vodka.
No, I said, yeah, you
tastes
did.
like flavored vodka.
Aubrey did really good for the whiskey one. She was dead on the whiskey, and I kind of shined on the vodka one. But it's a lot harder than we think every time.
Coffee, the one I thought was coffee was what was
It was
caramel?
It was caramel instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not know. I guess like I only drink lemon vodka or regular. It's just straight vodka. So
It's
it was
hard to
harder.
identify a flavor if you don't have a visual or like a smell to go with it, or even the texture. Like you take like one or two of those things away, and your mind really starts working on it. Like I don't think I could have got any of those ice creams.
yeah.
Yeah, the
'Cause-
texture, it being different really kind of made it way harder than I thought it was going to be. So I was like going down one route, and I ended up like all of my guesses were like this, and this. Like it tastes like this plus this. Like it tastes like strawberry cotton candy. Yeah.
Everything that was in it.
This is all the things I think that
So
it could be.
definitely there's some sugar in it.
And maybe one of these will be right. Which at first I was really bummed out because Brian got 2 of his 3.
Yeah.
And I only got one initially. Like I think I got like almost the last one and I got it right. And so it's like, okay, at least I'm not 0 for 0. Like I would have been so bummed out if I just did like the worst there. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. But
I don't know. I think Jake did the worst there. He did. What did he say twice?
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
I was like,
you know?
what is butterscotch? And then he was like butternut squash. I was like, no, bro, that's not what you said. at all.
He said butternut scotch
Yeah.
is what he said, which is like a combination of 2 different words, like butternut squash and then just butterscotch, like
Yeah.
which is kind of like what we make buttery nipples with and stuff, like, you know.
That's funny. Hey, I like
I saw
butterscotch.
that and
I was like, I'm a butterscotch candy eater. It was
yeah.
like an old lady
Butternut
type thing.
Like you have that in your purse, like it's just like wrapped up in like a napkin or
I'm
something.
like, oh yeah, I want that. Like if somebody finds that in their purse, please, I'll take it.
You're like, pass it over.
They're
I
like, who
got
wants
it.
the yellow ones? Me. I want the yellow ones.
But yeah, I'm gonna have Katie and Jake on the podcast eventually, maybe within this next month, week or so. And Yole, you probably be on too if you want to.
Yeah,
if you want to
yeah.
join us, we could talk about ice cream adventures and stuff like that.
All the
But,
good stuff that
yeah.
all the cool behind the scenes action of which
Yeah,
there
'cause-
obviously was, because it's very in depth and all that. It's so mysterious.
Wow. Wow.
I'm building this up real high.
Like ice cream.
Yeah, I just like the Rosebud too, though, and Jake and Katie are good friends, and I just like to have them on.
It's good. They're like, they work, or Rosebud is like on the same block, like the same set of buildings with like where I work at. I work in the workforce center, but like at the like on the 5th floor.
Yeah.
And so I always forget that it's there.
What? I was
until-
like, do you not go there a lot?
No,
and
I
eat
don't,
there?
which I
I
should.
heard about
It's a
it, too.
crime. It's a crime.
Yeah, I don't ever go there. And I don't live far from it either.
But now that ever since that episode, I've been making it like a habit to like remind myself. I'm like, hey, go grab some fried pickles or like a milkshake or something.
Their food's good too.
That pumpkin spice milkshake is great.
Is
and
it?
I'm so bummed that I got it wrong on the thing, because that just You know, it just chaps me because I'm like, "Oh, I should have known. I should have known.
I've never had a pumpkin spiced anything. Never tried any.
I'm not normally
spice.
a pumpkin spice fan, but just because just like my guess on the show, I thought it was like Snickerdoodle.
Yeah.
It tastes just like a Snickerdoodle cookie, and I never thought that.
So it's not like real. It's not that spice that like breathe it in and it's gonna like make you sneeze or choke or cough or something.
The way they
like,
did it wasn't. Because
I always imagine like cinnamon or it's something like that.
Something super strong.
But it's like more of that.
It's like a sweeter.
It makes me think of what is that? What are those things?
Does
called?
pumpkin spice even have pumpkin flavor in it though? Or is it just? I think it's just like nutmeg and cinnamon and stuff
all
like that.
All I tasted was cinnamon. That's why I immediately went to.
It is. I don't even know if it's actually pumpkin.
I'm curious to see like if pumpkin spice even has like
pumpkin spice. It should just be spice.
They're like it just looks orange.
So we put pumpkin on it.
Does pumpkin spice have pumpkin in it?
According to Wikipedia, the pumpkin spice latte is a coffee drink made with a mix of traditional autumn spice flavors, steamed milk,
it's just
espresso,
autumn spice
and often
flavors.
sugar,
So it's
topped with whipped cream and pumpkin pie spice.
Oh,
pumpkin pie spice.
So pumpkin spice
so
has pumpkin
spicy,
pie spice.
It's a spicy tasting pumpkin. Like it's. That's
so
what
essentially, it's saying pumpkin spice is pumpkin spice. Like there is no answer to your
like
question.
literally, it's not
just pumpkin
in there.
spice.
They're like, it's not in there. We just throw it on top.
Yeah.
It's not actual like.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Just a latte.
It is what
with
it is.
some pumpkin spice on top.
I don't know what pumpkin spice is. I can't identify it. I don't know.
Well, now we know the drink mixture is actually just autumn spices.
Yeah.
So there's autumn spices. But if I go to the grocery store, it's gonna be like
there's an autumn spice,
brown leaf spice. Like there's just like autumn
is there a
flavor.
spring spice?
Right?
If there's an autumn spice, can I get a spring? Is that what they put in spring rolls? Is
Where's
spring
the summer spice? I need some of that summer spice.
Yeah, we need to look into that. Where's the summer spice?
There's different seasons of spices are. Oh, the seasonal. That has all the seasons in it.
No wonder seasonal is so good. It's got it all in there.
All of them.
That's where they got the name from. I always wonder.
There's all pumpkin. There's.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin spice coffee. I mean, I like the way it smells. Like because I guess I just like
coffee.
The
Yeah, it's just that I know it's coffee.
I do like the fall scent, like the leaves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like,
I can really smell the leaf in my coffee.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want the leaf smell.
Yeah. Do you have like a leaf coffee here? Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, like, cause like
they're
tea,
like, you mean tea?
Tea, yeah, that leaf
where's
juice.
The roasted pecan, any pecan tree.
Dude, yeah, I like
a mesquite, real mesquite.
And he was flavored.
I want a real redwoody.
Well, all right, guys, it's getting a little late. Let's go ahead and wrap things
Okay.
up. Anything y'all want to say before we sign off?
Check out Rosebud.
Check out Rosebud. Check out
right?
Baytown.
Baytown, yeah.
Come to Baytown.
I guess I could say,
Give
come
me
to
your money.
Dodge.
Go to Dodge.
Go to Dodge. Give him
there
your
you go.
money.
Instead of get the hell out of Dodge, get the hell to Dodge.
Oh,
Yeah, but at 2 o'clock, y'all got to go.
Yeah, then you can get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for joining us.
Later.
See ya.
I never had a father.